Y'all, this is crazy. You cannot make this up. So, Stephanie Jenkins from the Resilient Jenkins' youngest son was captured in a photo outside their motel room alone. And if I'm not mistaken, he's just 2 years old. And it's very obviously him, and that's their vehicle. Now, the craziest part of this all is that this is not a picture that somebody took while driving by. No, this is a Google Maps image. When you type in the address of wherever it is that they are staying, this is the image that pops up, and it was just updated in April. So now this picture is all over social media, and people are asking, why is he outside alone? Where is everybody else? Now, Stephanie has yet to respond to this or address it, and has yet to address Drew Jenkins' warrant.
The internet is absolutely shaken, and this time, it's not from a messy live stream or vague subtweets. Stephanie Jenkins, better known to her TikTok following as Resilient Jenkins, has landed in the middle of one of the most unsettling parenting scandals to hit social media, and surprisingly, it wasn't exposed by a follower, a watchdog account, or even a neighbor. It was Google Maps. Yes, seriously, a recent update to Google Street View, timestamped April 2025, shows a scene that has left people outraged and heartbroken. In the image, Stephanie's youngest child, Atlas, who's barely 2 years old, is seen completely alone outside a motel. He's standing beside their silver 2019 Jetta, same one that's been shown in tons of their TikToks, and the car's back door is wide open. There's no adult in sight, no shadow of a parent. No sign that anyone is watching him. And the setting? A motel parking lot, which, as anyone knows, is no place for a toddler to be unattended, even for a second. What makes this moment so unsettling is the fact that it wasn't part of some expose. No one set them up. No one tried to catch a Stephanie in the act. A Google Maps car just happened to drive by, and the camera snapped a photo that captured something way more serious than it probably intended. And now that image is everywhere, circulating across TikTok, X, Reddit, with people demanding answers.
Stephanie leaves Atlas outside alone? Yes, y'all, I've been tagged in the video of Atlas outside by himself multiple times this morning, and to me, it looked very strange. So I looked up the address, which I'm not going to show, but I looked it up, and it is a Google image of Atlas outside behind the car with the door open at the motel. Just to show it, so see April 2025, and obviously different time frame later, but... So this is not like some weirdo, I mean, interesting that you guys figured it out, but it's not like some weirdo filming them or whatever. It's genuinely... just the car drove by and happened to catch this. But Stephanie, what's Atlas doing out by himself? Like, even if you're watching him with the door open, girl, how quick could somebody just walk up and take him? Like, this is not safe. But anyway, I just wanted to clear this up since everybody's panicking about who's filming them and whatever. It's Google. It's Google filming them. But how crazy to get caught not watching your child by a Google Maps car. Like, man, y'all are batting 1,000. Also, look at their nice car. No, it's not brand new, but still, 2019 Jetta. Houses or seats 5 people, but there's 7 of them. Cute car, right? Way cuter than my 03 Durango, just saying.
The online response has been explosive. Former fans, parenting creators, and everyday users who once defended Stephanie are now openly questioning her ability to keep her children safe. It's not about gossip anymore, it's about fear for the child's well-being. People are pointing out that even if she was just inside the motel room or peeking from the door, it still doesn't excuse the danger. That parking lot isn't a backyard. It's a public space filled with moving cars, strangers, and unpredictable risks. Anyone could have walked up. Anything could have gone wrong. And when a toddler is left outside like that, especially one who may need extra supervision, it's not just a parenting fail, it's a red flag.
Child, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. Honestly, I saw it about an hour ago and I got it off of TikTok. And I think this might have been one of the reasons why I stopped consistently posting this content, because it do get draining. This is only like my second day coming back to give y'all updates. And yeah, it's draining because everything just be like boom, boom, boom. All right, the timing is impeccable with this. Yes, this photograph has come around on TikTok now of baby Atlas being outside in the parking lot on Google Maps, y'all. And this was not a picture taken by like some weird TikToker being outside trying to be messy like how they used to do Astrovino. No, this was a Google Maps car that literally drives down every street taking photos for Google Maps. Okay, the baby was outside by himself. Like I said, the timing of this is just ridiculous because just this morning, Stephanie posted a video talking about she was gonna start sharing her journey about Atlas being on the spectrum. Okay, so now you acknowledge that your child is on the spectrum. Why would you have your small child that is on the spectrum outside in the parking lot by himself? Yes, the door was open, but they were not visible. People are speculating as to what they could have been doing. We don't really know. People are like, well, they had the door open because they were probably doing activities that required the door to be open for ventilation purposes. Hey, I don't know. That would explain why they be mopping the walls all the time. But that's neither here or there. Whether they were sitting right there or whatever, this is a parking lot. Like, this is a parking lot. Like, and we're not living back in the 90s, or even, well, people were snatching kids in the 90s too. People be snatching kids, like, and babies, they be snatching them. Like, are you kidding me? And then, okay, let's just say, hey, let's say nobody gonna snatch your baby, okay? Cars exist and they move. Like, this is a parking lot. Like, and he's small. That's sometimes kids are hard to see. Like, what are we doing here? Stray dogs? Those are still a thing. Like, they haven't gone extinct. That's what are we doing here? And I know I just made a video basically saying, like, I don't really care about this situation, and that may have been kind of cold, because honestly and truthfully, it's not that I don't really care. It's just that I care as much as I'm willing to do as a person who is just a spectator on the internet. Like, I'm not gonna go and do extra, like be calling CPS and all this other stuff, because there's already people that do that. I don't want to do their job. Y'all can have that. I'm never gonna take that from y'all. Y'all want to do what y'all gonna do, y'all do all that. I'm not calling no Motel, I'm not calling no CPS, I'm not calling, but I am gonna make my videos, because what? I am gonna give my commentary, because I'm allowed to do that. But yeah, I saw the photo. No, I'm not gonna post that green screen photo behind me, but if y'all want to see it, it's there. It's out there. It's unfortunately out there, and it's on Google Maps. Ridiculous.
Adding to the concern is Stephanie's own past mention that Atlas might be on the spectrum. If that's true, it raises even more questions about the level of care and awareness required. People are angry, yes, but more than that, they're scared for him. Then, just as the picture started gaining serious traction and the backlash grew louder, Stephanie finally posted a video. But it wasn't what anyone expected. She didn't acknowledge the photo. She didn't apologize or explain. She didn't say anything at all about Atlas being alone. Instead, she quietly sat in her car, rain falling on the windshield, the atmosphere calm and almost too composed. The way it was set up felt like a dramatic lead-in to some kind of heartfelt confession. But what she chose to talk about had nothing to do with the viral image. Instead, she shifted to discussing another one of her children, Boba, and said she was finally addressing comments about him possibly being on the autism spectrum. She mentioned that she'd seen people suggesting this for weeks, and now she was ready to speak on it.
So I wanted to take a minute and address some of the accusations that I've seen numerous times. Just claiming that we're neglecting to take the time to get our son evaluated for autism. Just because we aren't taking the time to share that process and we're not posting that publicly doesn't mean that we aren't making sure that's getting done for our son. When it comes to my kids, like medical needs and what they go through at the doctor's office, that's not something I'm typically going to be sharing on our page. So like I said, just because we aren't sharing that we're getting our son evaluated and whatever steps we're taking to get him the support he needs doesn't mean that we're neglecting to get our son the support he needs and deserves for his spectrum related conditions. With that being said, I will start sharing a little bit more, just because I know there's a huge online community that has a lot more experience with this than both Drew and I. This is new to both of us.
The timing couldn't have felt more off. Viewers were stunned. They'd been waiting for her to say something about the serious safety concerns being raised, and instead, she sidestepped into a completely different topic that had already been lingering for some time. To many, it didn't feel like transparency, it felt like misdirection, like she was using one child's situation to distract from another's. And let's be clear, Boba deserves support, care, and visibility. But bringing up a diagnosis she had previously ignored, right in the middle of a firestorm about Atlas being left unsupervised? That didn't sit right with a lot of people. What was supposed to be a moment of vulnerability ended up feeling calculated, like a PR move instead of genuine concern. Now, viewers aren't just questioning her parenting, they're accusing her of manipulating the narrative, using her children to soften the backlash, and avoiding accountability altogether. This isn't just about one picture anymore. It's about a pattern of behavior that people say they can no longer ignore. In the ever-chaotic world of TikTok, where every blink is recorded, stitched, reposted, and dissected, Stephanie Jenkins' recent attempt to steer the narrative didn't do her any favors, it only lit the fire even more. And while the internet's eyes were glued to her silence about the Google Maps situation, the other half of the drama, Drew Jenkins, was adding fuel to the fire in his own spectacular way. Drew, who's been part of this ongoing internet soap opera alongside Stephanie, was supposed to be in court for a child support hearing. This wasn't a casual appearance, it was legally required, complete with documentation and formal notices. But instead of showing up like any responsible adult, Drew ghosted. No call, no explanation, not even a basic acknowledgement. Just straight up skipped it. And because of that, the court issued a bench warrant for his arrest. This isn't online speculation or internet gossip, this is an actual, legal development. If cops come across him, on the road, walking, anywhere, they have the authority to take him in on the spot. And let's not forget why he was in court to begin with, an ongoing child support case with the mother of one of his other children. At a previous hearing, the judge had already been generous, simply telling Drew to get a job. This wasn't a request, it was a directive. He ignored it. Then, instead of explaining himself or showing proof of any effort, he completely dodged the next court date. That's not just irresponsible, it screams total disregard for the court, for his own child, for the entire process. It doesn't end there. While Drew is out here ignoring court mandates, people online have been digging, and apparently, he's still driving, despite public records suggesting his license is suspended. Of course, Drew denies this, but screenshots don't lie, and multiple TikTok creators have shared receipts showing that something's not adding up. So let's tally this up: a man who refuses court orders, won't get a job, might be driving illegally, and is co-parenting kids in a motel room. What does he decide to do with his evening? Go live on TikTok. Instead of addressing the mess, laying low, or showing any kind of remorse, Drew hit that go live button just past 11 p.m. on a Thursday night. It was a school night. People were winding down. But Drew? He was on camera, ignoring the storm around him. The live stream was a chaotic mess. You could hear a baby crying in the background, clearly distressed. Other kids could be heard shuffling, whispering, restless in the cramped space. Drew kept muting and unmuting the stream like he was trying to cover up the noise without actually addressing what was happening behind him. Viewers flooded the chat with questions about the warrant, the court hearing, the viral Google Maps photo. He didn't respond to a single one. Instead, he casually dismissed the whole thing, saying, "This chat is boring," before abruptly ending the live like nothing mattered.
Y'all, this man went live tonight on TikTok. No W2 Mr. 9 to PS5 himself goes live on TikTok after 11 p.m. when the children are all trying to sleep. The baby's crying in the background multiple times. He keeps muting. He's not addressing anybody. But then he says that he doesn't have a real warrant. Yes, you do. And he says his license is not suspended. Yes, it is. And then he just argues with people, mutes, says ridiculous stuff, mutes. Stephanie's in there under other accounts being like, going after everybody. Like, girl, we know it's you. Chill out. If you're even gifting him, yeah, it's you. And then we're all in there, free Deshaun, like the whole chat for like 5 minutes. Free Deshaun, free Deshaun. And then he's like, this chat is so boring. I'm getting off. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Maybe you should go turn yourself in. Maybe you should do that. Or I don't know, apply for jobs, or I don't know, go to sleep. It's fucking late. Like, I cannot imagine. I would not be live on TikTok late at night if I didn't have my own room where I could close a door so my children could sleep. Like, sir, what are you doing? Absolutely ridiculous. But yes, Drew does have a warrant. And Portland police stated that if they catch him, you know, they will absolutely arrest him. Well, no, they're not going to break the door down. It's not like a felony warrant like that. It is a warrant. And you do not have a license right now. So go ahead, go out and drive, and we'll see what happens. We have people watching the jail roster. We will know as soon as he is arrested because it's public information. And once he is, if it's before the 28th, Desiree will go get her son. Because that's what we're all here for, right? Is for Deshaun to go home and for these kids to have a better life. And Stephanie, this should be a wake-up call for you. I really hope that you get your shit together. I really do. For these kids' sake. Because if not, I don't know how much more you...
It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't harmless. It was uncomfortable. Like watching someone spiral while trying to act unbothered. Real-life issues, children crying, legal trouble, public outrage, bleeding through the screen while he stared back at the camera as if he was immune to consequences. And where was Stephanie during all this? She wasn't silent. In fact, she was right there in the comments, but not under her main account. She used old accounts, dropping gifts, playing cheerleader, pretending to be just another viewer, all while encouraging the same chaos that's dragging both of them deeper into this mess. Instead of stepping up, she was doubling down, like the whole thing was just part of their content. Viewers weren't just disappointed, they were crushed. Because what they were seeing didn't look like a couple under pressure, trying their best. It looked like two people clinging to internet fame while everything else, parenting, legal responsibilities, basic safety, fell apart in plain sight. And then, just when you thought the drama couldn't escalate more, TikTok creator Morgan, who's had her fair share of beef with Stephanie, jumped into the ring. And she did not hold back. She went live, visibly heated, and called out everything people had been whispering about. She demanded to know why Atlas was left alone near a car, why Drew still had custody of Sean after allegedly taking him from his mother, and why Stephanie kept up the facade of a perfect mom online when things clearly weren't adding up offline.
Let me get this straight, Stephanie. Let's address the elephant in the motel room since you won't. Why is your toddler outside, unattended, by a car, by himself? This is Atlas, and this is the Jetta that they have. It's a 2019. Now, I don't know about y'all, but this is crazy. And the fact that the Google Maps car caught him outside is crazier. Also, Stephanie, when I get on here and start clocking your ass, I got motherfucking proof. I got screenshots, girl. Our mother was just on live with me the other night telling me all types of shit. I want to know why, Stephanie, you took Deshaun from his mom and never gave him back. You want to get on here and hee ha ha about some shit whole time. You are in the trenches, boo. You need to leave that man and get up out the trenches, baby. Because getting on here and trying to go back and forth with me is going to have your ass crashing the fuck out. I promise on my kids and on my mother. Trying to take the heat off of you and trying to put it on me is real crazy, boo.
Morgan didn't just rant, she brought receipts. Dates, screenshots, records. It wasn't vague shade, it was a direct call-out. And suddenly, the conversation shifted again, from questioning to confronting, because now it wasn't just about parenting fails or court no-shows. It was about accountability, truth, and the kids caught in the middle of a very public breakdown. It was revealed that Morgan had been in direct contact with Stephanie's own mother, who allegedly confirmed many of the rumors swirling around TikTok. That moment was a game changer. Viewers were not expecting it, especially since Stephanie's mom reportedly went live herself, openly talking about her daughter's situation. That took the drama to a whole new level. Then came the now viral line that echoed across comment sections and stitches, "You're booing with me while your toddler's being raised by gum UPS." That wasn't just a catchy clapback, it was brutally accurate. Stephanie was busy throwing shade at creators online while the internet was fixated on undeniable proof of her child being left outside on the lawn. So how did Stephanie respond? She didn't clarify a thing. No denial of Morgan's claims, no comment on the photo, nothing about Drew's warrant. Instead, she deflected hard, flooding her page with new videos, some vague, some petty, throwing shade with cryptic captions and dramatic camera smacks like none of this was real or serious. It was all performative, a distraction tactic to dodge the growing mountain of real-world consequences. Meanwhile, the biggest questions remained: what about the photo? What about the warrant? Stephanie claimed the photo was just a random person dressed as a SA, but no one bought it anymore. Creators and followers were fed up. One wrote, "You're juicing online while your kid's being raised by Google Maps." Another said, "Stephanie, how does Google have more eyes on your kid than you do?" The public concern was swelling. Some of her own supporters were pulling away, some even tracking jail rosters to see if Drew gets picked up. Why? Because if Drew gets arrested, Sean might finally be returned to his mother. These aren't trolls, these are former fans. So what did Stephanie say for herself? On her live, she tried to play it down. "Cops already know where we at, they've been here before." That was it. No mention of the photo, no explanation for why Atlas was left alone, no word on Drew's warrant or the chaotic living conditions. She brushed it off like it was just another round of online trolling. She also shut down criticism, saying, "You all are being weird, I'm not engaging with it," and added something that rubbed viewers the wrong way: "Haters can stay in the comments, but you won't get a reply. I only respond to supportive people." That line didn't come off as confident, it sounded like pure avoidance. People were begging her for accountability, answers, clarity about her kids' well-being. Instead of stepping up, she shut them out and doubled down on her carefully curated influencer persona. Still no direct acknowledgement of the viral photo, no apology for the risks, no ownership, no remorse, just more polished posts about motherhood, healing, and strength. Behind the glitter and filters, the reality was clear. The real questions sat unanswered while Stephanie's comment section was filled with silence wrapped in a shiny, perfectly filtered facade. And viewers saw right through it. This isn't just TikTok drama or petty influencer beef. It's about real children growing up in unstable, unpredictable, and potentially unsafe conditions, crammed into a motel room, surrounded by chaos, with cameras pointed everywhere except at what really matters, their well-being. Stephanie and Drew chose to share their lives online, inviting fans, followers, and critics into their world. But what happens when the audience starts seeing too much? When the curtain pulls back and the truth isn't entertaining but heartbreaking. When a random Google Maps update catches a toddler alone in a parking lot, it's not a glitch, it's a wake-up call. A moment frozen in time that cuts through all the filters, edits, and curated captions. And now, the same people who once cheered for Stephanie, rooted for her healing journey, her mama's strength, her family updates, are the ones watching her unravel in real time. They're not just curious, they're scared. This isn't just messy anymore. It's dangerous. At the center are kids, silent off camera, slipping through the cracks while the world watches in disbelief. As of now, Drew still hasn't turned himself in, Stephanie still hasn't addressed the photo of Atlas. And followers are left wondering, how many more red flags will it take before someone steps in? Because what we're witnessing isn't just a fall from grace, it's a slow, painful public unraveling. Thanks for sticking around and hearing the full tea on Stephanie Jenkins and everything going on. This story is still unfolding, and you better believe we'll keep tracking every update. If you want the latest drama, real talk, and deep dives like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about all this? Do you think Stephanie and Drew will finally face the consequences? Let's talk it out. Until next time, stay safe and stay woke.